Now the battle is getting fiercer and the contestants are definitely feeling the heat. They're also realizing that surprises are to be expected in the knorrtastequest kitchen. For instance, last week, Shashi was on probation, but then he made a dessert that thrilled the judges. On the other hand, Adamu and Love had to say goodbye to the competition and to their dreams of winning those wonderful prizes. 5 million naira cash, the brand new Chevrolet car, the shopping vouchers from ShopRite, and the kitchen equipment from LG. Today, we're going to have another fire-filled episode. The judges' expectations are rising, and the contestants are seeing that passion is no longer enough. They have to show skill, creativity, and the ability to create a cohesive dish that makes sense when it's tasted. So, who will rise to the occasion, or who will sink under pressure? We're going to find out this week, aren't we? How are you guys doing? You're good? You're pumped? You're ready? Okay, so let me ask you really quickly. Is there any ingredient that you're hoping to cook with today? Any ingredient that you're suspecting might come up?
I would suggest that we go with our local dishes.
Leftovers, so people can understand how to work with leftover items.
I would suggest pasta. I would suggest maybe more local content so we can be creative with it and creating maybe something new.
I don't know what to suggest to them to bring. I would say you should give us a freestyle cooking.
I would like to see some cauliflower and some steak, I guess.
It's the KTQ kitchen. You can't ever really be ready because you don't know what they're going to throw at you.
Let's put ourselves out of our misery and talk to the judges and hear what they have to say about today's task, yes? Hello, judges.
Hi, Arit. How are you?
I'm well. Dr. Roberts, hello now. You know, it's always troubling to me when Dr. Roberts starts the day with a face as if he's expecting a bad outcome. You understand?
You want me to be happy and...
Yes, you know. No?
They have to give me something to be happy about.
Okay, so maybe if you give us an idea of what to expect today, then they can start working on the happiness, have you? Yes. Do you have any words of advice before we officially start the task?
I think they should all stop and think. Think about what ingredients they're given, plan themselves, plan their time, triage, decide what to do first, what to do last, and even if for some reason it's the countdown and it's not finished, try and get it on the plate. Because your brief is only complete when you have your plates complete.
Okay, well, I tried to get an inkling of what was inside today's tasks. I couldn't, but I did get you guys some great advice. So I'm going to get out of the way and I wish you guys the best.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I've been looking at you from across the way, and I think about you almost every day. Now I think that I must have a crush on you. I hope that you feel it too. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be paradise is waiting for, so take my hand. You and me in la la land. Ooh, it's gonna be perfect.
It's the natural ingredients and rich flavor of Knorr that brings people together.
So, how was it?
They loved it, Mom. Like, loved it. Chevrolet, find new roads.
This is a supermarket, but different because it's a ShopRite, which means it's also a butchery with world-class meat cuts, a bakery with your freshly baked favorites, and it has a fruit and veg section with the freshest local produce. But the real difference between a regular supermarket and Africa's biggest supermarket is what we do behind the scenes, like using our massive bulk buying power to negotiate bigger discounts from grocery suppliers and partnering with the best local farmers, all to give you everything you need at the lowest prices under one roof. ShopRite, lower prices you can trust, always.
Good pottery,
requires even and steady control of heat. Can the Neo Chef's subtle yet effective smart inverter function successfully bake a piece of pottery? It's amazing. A perfect dish made possible by the Neo Chef's smart inverter function. Neo Chef.
Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, guys.
Good. As usual, I'm sure you're wondering what this wheel here is. There's always a spin and a turn in the KTQ kitchen.
Doc, nice pun.
Nice pun, exactly, spin and a turn. If I remember correctly, Bolagbo had the highest marks last time in the kitchen. Can you step forward, please? And the lowest was Sashi. You joined him on the other side. Today we're going to be working in groups.
Whose heart just sank just now?
Bolagbo will be the leader of group 1 and Shashi will be the leader of group 2. They will pick their team members one at a time. Pick wisely, think before you pick. Bolagbo. He calls you, join him on this side.
Bola.
Shashi.
Asala.
Bolagbo.
Valentine. Hold on, Doc. Great.
Okay.
Francis. Saliju Busui. Interesting.
All right, so you guys lined up how you were lined up before.
So, even out.
Step back. It doesn't end there. You have baskets in front of you, and I will tell you your task very carefully, and I'd like you to listen and think about it carefully. You're doing a steeplechase today. You're chasing behind yourselves. You have 1 hour to make us that famous breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your starter, your main, and your dessert. When you finish, we will take the main and the dessert baskets away. You will only have your starter basket. When you finish your starter, all within the 1 hour, you will bring it to the table behind and we will taste, judge you. Only then will you get your basket to go to your main course. When you finish your main course, we'll do the same process again and come back to the dessert. So if you only have 1 minute left to do your dessert, that is on yourself and on your planning. There are 4 of you in each group. Work with speed and try the best that you can to do the best thing. Team leaders will come and stand by your side, please. Bolagbo on one side and Shashi on the other side. And you have this beautiful wheel here. We will ask you all some questions. Each correct question gives you a spin of the wheel. And whatever you spin is a handicap for the opposing team. And you can see it says no. It doesn't say on, it says no. So should you get a blender, it means no blender. Should you get the gas cooker, it means no cookers. I will then provide you with a microwave oven from LG. Should you get no meat, we will take all your meats away and you will cook with no meat. If you get no onions, it means no onions. Very simple and very straightforward. Remember, the correct answer gives you the ability to handicap your team, the opposing team. To trust.
What does it mean to trust?
To trust means to tie up either a lamb or a chicken.
Only lamb or chicken?
No, all the poultry.
Meat,
Beef, meat.
With
or
what?
to truss it
With what?
With a string.
Correct. Come and spin.
Thank you, sir.
No knives.
Sorry, I want to measure to be sure. Yeah, no knives.
I'm so sorry. So it means you all will be cooking with no knives.
No knives, no oven. Those two things, I did not want that to be our challenge. But we got no knives, and in my mind, I'm like, oh no, how do you work with no knives in a kitchen?
Sous vide. What does that mean?
It's a method of cooking where food is being cooked in a plastic bag and heated in simmering water.
Okay, and the plastic bag is left wide open. What's
No, it's closed.
No, wrong.
Sealed ace.
She answered the question, and it's not correct. It's almost correct, but it's not correct.
Team 2. What does it mean to gel?
Gel means to use gelatin to turn probably a liquid into a mold.
Only gelatin?
Not only gelatin, there are other things you can use like agro too.
So what will you say is to gel something?
To gel something is just to make it almost into a mold, but it will be bubbly.
Is that mold that is wrong? To tenderize. Yes, sir.
Make it soft. I can use it to break down the fiber of a protein.
Okay,
So-
super.
You break down fiber of a protein with, it could be with some kind of ingredient, it could be with
Yeah.
banana leaves,
Yeah.
it could be with a hammer, a mallet. It could even be not even protein, you could want to tenderize a vegetable or fruit that is very tough.
Come and
for them.
spin.
Stand over here.
You can go for it. Oh wow, some spin.
So you guys have no oil.
They're like that because they were praying for gas.
So you have another chance. What does it mean to quenelle? Quenelle.
I will break that.
Yes, ma'am?
It means to shape in an oval, to make an oval shape of any food using 2 spoons.
I'll take that.
Moving it
I'll
together.
take that. I'll take that. That's correct.
Come and spin.
That's correct.
Spin well. What do you want them to get? No. Okay, no cookers. Okay. Okay, go ahead. No frying pans.
Close enough.
Close enough. Remind me correctly, they have no knives.
No knives. No. They don't have knives.
No knives, no oil, no pans. I'll give you a complimentary spin.
This can be the bad space. Why do you always have this expression of nothing in your face?
Thank you. All right, so we have our teams. Team 1 on the left, team 2 on the right. We have no knives, no oil, no pans. So I don't have to call LG to send us a microwave. All right, your stations to work with will be the ones on this side and on this side. You will look at your baskets, look inside them. We will take away the
Main and
the main and dessert. Okay, to your stations. Iron deficiency is very common. Those most at risk are children, adolescents, women of childbearing age, and pregnant women. Here in the KTQ kitchen, we have joined the Knorr Force for Good to fight this battle against anemia. Today we're cooking with ugu and scent leaf, 2 leaves which are green that are very high in iron. They can be used in a regular salad, they can be used to cook soup, and they can even be used in a green smoothie. If you watched us during the auditions, the contestants always talked about smoothies, and these can be used in a green smoothie. Join us, cook with iron-rich ingredients so we can fight this battle against anemia. Ladies and gentlemen, Group 1 and Group 2, remember, you have 1 hour, you have 3 things to do. We will judge you after you finish each of those items. Let's move the stuff we don't need.
All right. Remember, once you're done with the first
this is for
course, you let us know.
Leave this with you. We'll take these away.
All right, while we're putting this.
This guy, they have 1 hour for everything. This thing is finished in 5 minutes. So everyone take your things.
Go to your stations. Remember, when you are ready with your item, let your group leader signal and let us know that you are ready and we will come and taste. You have 1 hour to give us your starter, main, and dessert, including the time you bring it to the judges. Thank you very much. You have 1 hour, your time starts now.
I think I got a little bit more surprised when the wheel spin thing was introduced and the questions were being asked. It threw me off because if it was just me to answer those questions, I probably would have failed my team. But I'm happy that we're able to answer together. So that made sense.
I just picked with people that I know that I've always been serving up creative dishes, you know, in the past, like for the past weeks. That's what I try to do. I try to pick based on creativity from what I had to pick from.
Ready, chef?
There is communication in my team, and everybody knows have an idea of what we wanted to do, and we have a division of labor, everybody to their tasks, and when you are done, switch to the next one and help the next person out, and we're able to do good.
What have you guys done?
Okay, so we've done with the bitter gourd. We did a deep fried bitter gourd. We first of all pickled it
Then we fried. We fried it we coated in butter and fried. Then for the gizzard, we did the stuffing. So we used mushrooms, we used the broccoli, we used a little bit of mushroom and the gizzard. We sauteed the gizzard, and we made a cream sauce and did a filling for it. Then for the cream, we used the banga. We did an extract with the banga and finished up with the cream sauce.
A little salty.
Okay, chef.
But it's inventive.
Very inventive. Only thing is, and I guess that's how we gave you the gizzard a bit later on in the day. It's a
little
bit tough.
Okay, chef.
But everything else is executed perfectly. The
Thank you,
banga
chef.
sauce is just jamming.
Thank you, chef.
I thought it's jamming.
Yeah.
Thank you, chef.
Yeah, and I don't know how you did it, but the bitter color, the bitter gourd is not bitter.
And the bitterness comes at the end, but haven't you eaten bitter leaf before?
We're dreadful of the bitterness, so we try to do something to it, chef.
Very, very well done.
Yeah, you succeeded because I'm going back from it.
And the cream broccoli.
The cream, can you bring me some more of that of this cream?
Well, more cream, protein.
No, more cream, not
But
that.
you have the broccoli here.
I'll have broccoli too, you know.
Can I have cream sauce, please? Yes. For last famous cream sauce.
I was the one making all the sauces, and my sauces were just so amazing that the judges couldn't help but say it, and that made me feel so good, you know. And I was also driving everybody. As much as we had a leader, but I was really like yelling at people to get me this, get me that, because I just wanted our team to win. I wanted to put my best foot forward, and I think I did that, and I think I impressed them a lot.
And you had no knives?
No, we used scissors, we used our hands, we went in and cut it with our fingers.
Very well done.
Thank you, chef.
Well done.
Okay, guys, next round.
We all played different roles, like, you know, we all had to make sure everything was done. So I was basically frying and mixing and spicing and boiling and mashing the banga and doing everything, like anything there was to do at that point in time just to make. So I was actually facilitating and just making sure everything was going on well. So.
How do you all manage with no oil?
Butter.
There's something that's very sweet, and you use the word
Plantain?
savory.
It's the plantain from sauce.
You use plantain in your sauce?
No, plantain in the onion.
The onion sauce.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's the plantain sauce.
Yes, sir.
Maybe a bit of sweetness in the sauce to kind of counterbalance the bitterness of the bitter gourd.
This didn't. Yeah.
And again, your gizzards are a little tough.
There's no real flavor as well. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had the heads, we had the capacity, we had the people that the technical know-how, but we couldn't some way manage ourselves well. And for me, it's like they were placing a leader against an unleader, and it affected our output seriously.
As team leader, I tried to oversee and support everybody in what they were doing. They already had their own ideas and that they were creative about, and I didn't want to indulge or mess around it since they claimed they knew what they were doing. So what I was doing was supporting and trying to make up that, trying to make sure that we get everything dish on time, get things from the pantry, cut, oversee, and taste to make sure we're going good.
You have 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. Thank you.
Now it's still cooking right now.
I don't need this, I need
Actually beat the time as a team, you know, with collective effort. The tasks were not too heavy on one person.
What do you have here?
Okay, so we've made a sweet potato puree with a pan-seared lamb with a garden egg sauce, and we finish with
Calm down, it's okay.
we finished with spinach.
I was going to ask, the sauce, I hope it can really tie everything together, because it's absolutely stunning what I'm looking at.
Thank you, chef.
Wow.
So we added the spinach because it's a main course and we're working on the iron deficiency issue, and it's important to always have vegetables.
Oh, we get it.
Thank you, chef.
And where's the ugu?
Okay, yes. The ugu is in the
garden sauce. I was like, why you?
Oh, the ugu is in the garden sauce. Yes, yes. So we made a medium rare lamb.
Okay.
For the main course, it even helped us to not cut the meat. So we served the whole lamb chop. So that made more sense.
What do you think? Very well done. Fantastic. It's flawless.
Very well done, people.
Thank you, chef.
Very well done.
Not just very well done, flawless.
Thank you, Group 2, for giving us no nice. It worked to our good. Hallelujah.
What's in your sauce?
Veg, basmati, vinegar.
If you gave me the sauce and something else, I would have truly thought this was exceptional. And I'm naturally in a place of bias now because the other team did something that was super extreme. But you've given us boiled rice and stew. I really feel like if this was sharper and treated more creatively, and not with rice. Come on, guys, at this stage, you can't be cooking white rice.
I even had no clue that we're going to cook rice. I'll have gone against that. Only I saw rice on the pot and the rice was half done. I'm like, why do we have rice? Like, rice is not creative. I don't even like rice. We shouldn't be cooking rice.
Okay, let's not keep them. Let's not delay them.
Yeah, go on. Dessert.
The gotta push it, because at the end of the day, someone's going home. Thank you.
Go push.
I've been looking at you from across the way, and I think about you almost every day. Now I think that I must have a crush on you. I hope that you feel it too. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be paradise is waiting for, so take my hand. You and me in la la land. It's gonna be perfect.
It's the natural ingredients and rich flavor of Knorr that brings people together.
Shola, come and help me. You need to learn.
But I'm more interested in drawing.
How are you going to be part of the business if you don't learn?
You just don't understand.
Morning. Anyone for some Lipton?
The rich taste of Lipton awakens body and mind.
Let me have a look at your drawings. Son, these designs are amazing.
Lipton Yellow Label Tea. Awaken to what really matters.
The tastiest blue band with vitamins A, D, E, B6, B12, folic acid, and niacin. So important for kids' growth and development.
You can tell they're from a blue band home.
Spread every slice and give your kids the vitamins they need.
Oh, see how oily I am. It'll take forever to clean this.
Take it easy, Pan. Your days of endless scrubbing are over. Madame just bought Sunlight dishwashing liquid.
What do you know about a Pan's life?
This advanced formulation has real lemon juice that'll cut through all those stains fast in just one wipe.
Wow, that was fast.
See how easy it is to remove oil in one wipe?
Sunlight dishwashing liquid removes oil stains in just one wipe.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Thank you.
I don't know, we're not iron conscious, so it's iron.
Almost ready. Let me see. I forgot to add this down. Little nutmeg. Nutmeg is very powerful, so I just added it. Just very, very little. I know you're wondering, Knorr in the dessert, like Knorr cubes in the dessert, but I have to let you know that it really does taste nice. But all I know is I'm just happy. I'm just happy, you know, and I had fun, you know, cooking, and it was nice working together as a team.
To have a starter, a main, and now we're waiting for your dessert. And you have 5 minutes left.
My fellow contestants, we didn't work well as a team, and there was more pressure on certain people than there should have been. Like, a lot of people weren't really thinking out of the box or weren't on their toes. So I won't really say I played a role, but I just had to deal with a whole lot more than I would have liked to deal with. We didn't have teamwork, 1. 2, we had a leader who was not leading.
It would have been foolish for me to, as we've divided people to do different things, I would now go and start saying, okay, no, let me be the one to do this, let me be the one to do that. No, that would have been silly of me. So I was like the extra hand. So if someone needed, I was supervised. If someone needed me to go and get a plate, I would get a plate. If they needed milk, I'll go get the milk. If we need to wash pots, I'll go get the pots.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand back. Stand back.
We made a crepe with filling and chocolate sauce. So the filling, we used the orange and the sour shop, and we added, for balance of it, we added bell pepper and red velvet cookies. Then we make...
I'm still confused. If I give you a bell pepper, I told you that the last time, I give you a bell pepper and a dessert, it's a spanner. So why give yourself a spanner?
So Valentine, so whose idea was to put the bell pepper? No, don't you think that's just doing the most? You had full control to keep it cute. Then you decided no, you wanted to keep it crazy. Crazy is for dog, well, especially dog. Okay, let's go in. How do you use your tiger nut?
We used the tiger nut to make the chocolate sauce.
Oh, beautiful.
And the orange too. We added the orange to it. And
my opinion, it just needs like a neutral cream element. The sour sop almost has a citrus. It has. You put the orange in the sour sop.
Yes, sir.
I thought you should have just used maybe like the zest in the crepe. In the crepe
and the bell pepper. That's the balancing ingredient.
Oh, let me try that.
There you go. That's the balancing ingredient. See how it balances it off? Actually, not such a bad idea after all. A strange idea, but...
To be honest, you're lucky your crazy worked. And it's not flawless,
okay, sure.
But this is arguably one of the most inventive things I've come across on the, well, now 5 seasons of judging the show.
Thank you, sir.
Can I ask a question? Yeah. Who is the brain who pushed the team?
To be a leader, you have to be ready to listen to your followers. And Kolabo was really doing that. And I think that's what really helped us. And his energy was so powerful that it was just like, you know, we were just getting it and we were flowing with that energy.
All I would say is that how everybody's idea came together was genius. So
very well done. Thank you, sir. Very well done. Thank you so much.
And I think the biggest feat you've achieved is making doctors smile.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
It's a shame on those people.
To me, I was fascinated about the other group. They did exceptionally well. At some point, I was wishing I was part of them, but I have to make my own team better.
It's ready. It's in the oven.
But what was the discussion?
Yes, sir.
Only what's on the plate will be judged.
Yes, sir.
We will taste it after we judge this, just for the benefit of the doubt, but we will judge you based on this. So let us know, what is this?
It's caramelized.
Don't look caramelized to me, though.
Caramelized soursop?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean to caramelize? This just looks like the plain raw soursop with seeds left inside.
Don't do it. I was on its way to caramelizing, so it still has that raw sugar on it. So let's taste this. We'll place another one for the camera to shoot. We already judged them based. Who was the idea to make that crepe? Whose idea was it to make the crepe?
The cake wasn't, it didn't look like it was going to be ready. I just suggested.
You just fried the batter of the cake?
Yes.
And that was brilliant because it's actually extremely delicious.
But my problem is you made a pancakey, crepey thing for your starter. You've gone to the same safe level for your dessert.
But I applaud the fact that they were like, you know, we've got to get something on the plate. That's what I applaud.
Okay, so where's your tiger nut?
It's in the batter.
It's in the batter. Where's your, what else did you have? Orange.
It's in the chocolate sauce and the batter.
Okay. Where is your Knorr beef?
But anyway, in general,
No, I put a little in the chocolate sauce.
You know, for you to even come up with that, because you had to think, you looked at everybody in your team.
No, actually, because I actually got a bit of salt and.
Let's see this famous cake that you guys tried to bake.
we'll ask that question again. Is the soursop inside?
Yes, sir.
I can see some soursop.
No soursop inside, just the orange and the type.
I can see soursop.
Soursop made it inside, actually. That could have been a piece of chicken also.
Extremely delicious.
It's a very good cake.
It's delicious.
But unfortunately,
it didn't make it.
It didn't make it to your plate.
Hold on.
The question now is, who will be going home?
Yes. So, who kind of led the group in what to do? Okay, silence says nobody.
Shashi was supposed to be the jury leader, but he was not really taking his role. He was just quiet. He was doing as though he didn't know what we were supposed to do, but it's all good. So Desola apparently happened to be the strongest lead because she took the lead, she took the position, while I worked on other things from the background supporting her.
I think that's where the problem is. The other team had an engine, and they had the wheels that pushed the engine. So the engine shouted, the wheels moved. And they had a cohesive plan, and they kept it going.
And judging from your group leader, I really feel just the expression and the stance, and I know you're disappointed, but even from the very, like, I didn't get a sense of this was the direction I'm pulling my team into. Every time somebody else came up with an idea, only one person seemed to say something. So I think it showed in your food and your work today. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
So there were cleared plates, there was an unexpected smile from Dr. Roberts, there were yums, there was applause.
And there was flawless from me.
There was flawless.
Flawless.
So this was a good day.
It was a great day.
Okay. I want to ask Dr. Roberts to please express yourself at this point in time because you weren't happy this morning.
You know, it's so funny. This is the first day since we've been in the Battle of Flavors kitchen that I've actually been happy. I mean, it's a day whereby people stopped to think, used their initiative, battled with flavors, and tied it all together. We had the bitter, we had the sweet, we had the tangy, all on the same plate, tied up in a bowl, presented in a parcel. It was excellent.
This is good. Now, Chef Rex, there were things that you kept going, well done, well done. What were some of the technical high points for you?
technical high points for me was just the creativity was stellar today. The thought process, and what really amazed me and I was really impressed by was the thought process was right, the execution was even better. So it was just, you know, hitting, like Doc said, getting the notes right, bitter, sweet, creamy, spicy. Everything was so balanced today. And the presentation, out of this world.
So
now that being said, and Little Bird is whispering that to you, it was one-sided though.
Yes, that's not the downside.
Okay. Yeah. So do you want to talk about?
It's as though we had a senior team,
yes,
and then the junior team was trying to copy the senior team.
Did you expect that?
No.
No.
Huh.
We thought we were going to see a tough match, but this was a hat trick and 0.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Group 2 was defeated before they even started.
Exactly.
That's not good. That's not good. What about the handicaps? How did they work around the handicaps?
So that's what Doc said, you know, the group that we thought had the worst of handicap, no knives.
They performed. They thought. I mean, they were using their hands to hammer things and hit things down. They used the scissors as knife, took the scissors apart, and they had a knife to cut. That's what we're looking for.
Yes.
Someone who can think outside that little square box that we all have placed ourselves inside.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So there is a verdict already, a very clear verdict.
Very clear verdict.
Okay,
we know exactly who it is.
Okay, before the judges say it, I want to remind you that you have an opportunity to vote for your best dish. Now, the judges have very clear ideas, but you might think, you know what, I have my own opinion. Well, simply look at the dishes on the screen, select the one that looks best to you, and send the name to the short code on the screen right now. Now, you have to hurry up and vote because the winning team will win a prize. And if your team choice is the same as the judges, I think that's like double accolades, right?
Yes.
Yes. So is it time?
It is time.
It is time.
Okay, well, let me go and wait for this. All right. Thank you, judges. And thank you, Dr. Roberts. This is joy.
I've been looking at you from across the way, and I think about you almost every day. Now I think that I must have a crush on you. I hope that you feel it too. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be paradise is waiting for us, so take my hand. You and me in la la land. It's gonna be perfect.
It's the natural ingredients and rich flavor of Knorr that brings people together.
So, how was it?
They loved it, Mom. Like, loved it. Chevrolet, find new roads.
This is a supermarket, but different because it's a ShopRite, which means it's also a butchery with world-class meat cuts, a bakery with your freshly baked favorites, and it has a fruit and veg section with the freshest local produce. But the real difference between a regular supermarket and Africa's biggest supermarket is what we do behind the scenes, like using our massive bulk buying power to negotiate bigger discounts from grocery suppliers and partnering with the best local farmers, all to give you everything you need at the lowest prices under one roof. ShopRite, lower prices you can trust, always.
Hello. Thank you, Daddy. Coming.
It's like, oh my god.
The nursemaid.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Easy to find and access your favorites without opening the door.
Hi.
Knock twice. See inside. LG InstaView Door and Door.
Contestants, following the Knorr green steps, Knorr Force for Good, trying to fight anemia. We've cooked with all sorts of green ingredients today, all rich in iron. I'm sure you already know amongst yourself which team has won today's battle in the kitchen where we battle for flavors. Bolagbo, your team has come forward. All of you. Your team took us through a journey of flavors, from a starter with bitter gourd that was just unbelievable, stuffed to excellence, to a creamy mash for your main with medium rare, juicy, spicy lamb chops. And then you finished it off with what we thought was a fiasco with bell peppers in your dessert, but it was awesome. Everything tied together in a way that we have not seen yet in season 5. Am I correct, sir?
I was just going to add that 4 seasons judging this show, I've never eaten anything like that. All flawless, all incredible.
Very well done.
Thank you, sir.
On behalf of KTQ, you have all won to share together 50,000. You may go back to your stations. You may step back. Shashi's team, come forward.
It's extremely evident that you didn't even fight today. And that's my worry. So I'd like to ask a question. What was the problem, Daphne?
I think the problem was understanding, we came together and decided what we wanted to do, but then not everybody understood the process, but we agreed, okay, fine. So the team was, being, okay, what is supposed to come in next, and I guess it was just teamwork.
Sir, to an extent, I just believe that nobody took the position of a leader.
But you had a leader, you had a dedicated leader of Shashi.
So Shashi, why didn't you lead?
What I'll say is, everybody had their strengths and said we already agreed on what we're going to do. So I will actually say that I didn't lead well, and I take full responsibility of that. Even I should have been on their case and properly managing their time, because we fell short with our timing.
The only thing I would say that we liked was maybe the pancake at the beginning.
And that was even iffy because the bitter gourd was so bitter.
Yes.
It overpowered the niceness of the pancake.
And it was. I think what bugged us out the most was you boiled rice. Not at this stage.
No seasoning, no flavor. There's Knorr in the kitchen. There's salt. It had no flavor, and then it was cooked al dente. I mean, when it's not pasta.
So today was beyond a fiasco for. If I knew this day would come, I wouldn't have. I don't think we should have been here today from you people.
So that being said, who may or will be going home? You all have your pads, and I would like you all to vote for your weakest link. Everybody get their pad, write the name, and we will take it from there. Shashi, pass your paper to Daphne. Daphne, pass yours to Shashi. Busi, pass yours to Daphne. To
Dasola.
Dasola. And Dasola, pass yours to Busi. There you go. So read out for me, Dasola, what do you have? Shashi. What do you have, sir?
Shashi.
What do you have, sir?
Chassis.
What do you have, ma'am?
Shashi.
The rest of you may return to your stations except for Shashi. Shashi, even you voted yourself as the weakest link.
Yes, since I'm the team lead, I'm responsible for any flaw that the team gets. So,
for taking that responsibility and acting like a leader should act when he has done the wrong thing, instead of abandoning his ship, we will save you from eviction today.
Thank you, sir.
That was good leadership.
You will be on probation.
Again.
Which means that if you fall in the bottom 3 next week,
you're out.
You're out.
Yes, sir.
You live to cook another day in the KTP kitchen.
Twists and turns, drama, emotions. We think that this is just about the cooking, but it's not. It's about proving that you can put your skills, put your mindset, put your group work to the test and create something that surprises even you. We have a group that had no idea that they could do some of the things that they've done today. We had a group that is still very, very surprised at how they were able to transcend even their brief and wow the judges. And we have a group that is dealing all too sadly with the consequences of a lack of coherence, with not having a clear vision. You know, the knorrtastequest kitchen is not, it's not just about the cooking. It's about looking within yourself and seeing how much more you can be, how much more you can do. And both teams found this out with 2 very different outcomes. It's been a shocker, and for Shashi, again on probation. Will this help him transcend? We talked earlier on about rising to the occasion or sinking with the pressure. Let's see how events continue to unfold here in the knorrtastequest kitchen. And now it's time for our home plate question of the day. Don't forget that the home plate question is your chance to show us how in tune you are with the knorrtastequest kitchen. And today's question is another really easy one because we want it to be easy for you. Today's question is, who were the 2 team leaders on today's episode? Yes, you heard that right. Who were the 2 team leaders on today's episode? The first 20 entries will win a prize. So hurry, you know how it is. And now, judges, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
One team did extremely well, really wowed us, extremely so.
Yes.
And the other team kind of took us back to why I'm still not happy.
So on one hand, you're proud and happy, and on the other hand, you're like, I expected more.
Correct.
Now, do you think it had to do with the individual cooks, or it had to do with working as a team?
I think more working as a team, because if you had looked at Bolagbo's team, the team had a leader.
Yes.
The team had tasks. You could hear them shouting, have you finished? Get to this and whatnot.
Yes.
And Shashi's team just seemed to be confused from the moment they started till they ended.
Okay. So we're looking forward to next week and seeing how those lessons can be translated into future tasks. And you know, that's the magic of the knorrtastequest kitchen, that we had one group that worked together, but how will they do when next they have to work as individuals? And for these individual cooks who didn't really work well together, have they learned any lessons to make them do better next week? Well, you're just going to have to tune in for another riveting episode of knorrtastequest Season 5. Don't forget, it's a battle of flavors and there can only be one winner. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.